everyone, welcome back to Crafting at Whimsy Wonderland. My name is Stacy. You are here for day number 21 of my Christmas in July series. And today I have a different little craft for you, but this craft sold out at my craft sale last year and I honestly didn't think it would. We recently moved from Oregon to Utah and things that sold in Oregon I hadn't been able to sell very well here in Utah. So I basically needed something to fill the space, and so I went ahead and dug all these things out and put them out in my shelves, and they sold faster than I could unwrap them and put them up. So I was really surprised at that, so I thought I would make some more. And what it is simple little kitchen tools that you decorate with Christmas themes. So I have some like rusty old, not really rusty, but old copper measuring cups that are just yucky and you wouldn't really want to use them for food anymore. These are little strainers. You used to be able to get these at the Dollar Tree, two to a set like this. I haven't been able to find these this year, so I'm just finishing up the last 4 or 5 that I have in my stash and keeping an eye open for those. I even found this fun coffee pot, and I have this old cowboy snowman. I think he's so cute. I'm thinking of somehow positioning him in this teapot just for fun. Okay, he could sit up here with a arrangement of greenery. I'm not really sure what I'm doing with him yet, but I never use things for their intended purpose, so yeah, I don't know what he's going to become, but it's going to be fun whatever it is. That's not the one. That's not really what I'm here to show you. I'm here to show you these little manageable things, and they're really quick and easy to make. And I just get all of this stuff came from the thrift store, except for these I got at the Dollar Tree, but you can find them at the thrift store. And I got all these little ornaments at the thrift store. Okay, this is an ornament with a Santa ornament that has his legs broken off. So I thought, well, that would work in a teacup and just put some greenery around it to hide that part. I thought that'd be really fun. So I've done these on plates. I've done them into coffee mugs, in the old enamel, like camping blue speckled enamel bowls. I've done them in measuring spoons. I've done arrangements on rolling pins, all that kind of stuff. They just sold like crazy last year, I'm telling you. So the first thing I want to do is get out some greenery. And I always have a stash of greenery on hand. I buy it on clearance after Christmas. This one actually came out of a Michael's $4 grab bag box for the holly. And just going to pull off some of that. I've got these little poinsettias and it's just a pick. And I'm going to pull that apart. And then there's these greenery pieces in that pick. I can pull them out. I even have some little pine cones and berries and all sorts of things that I can add in to these decorations. Okay, so let's just jump in and get started. I like to make these best. They're fun. I don't know why I like them so much. I just do. But I think they're cute and adorable. So the first thing you need to do is take off the hanger off of your ornament. Unless you're going to hang it by the ornament, which I don't usually do, the hanger will end up going on the handle. Let me move my camera up just a little bit there. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to just kind of arrange them, move them around a little bit, see what I like and what works for this particular piece and with what I have. So I have some greenery to stick in there, maybe another small piece on this side. I do not try to do these symmetrically. I just grab and poke and wow, that does not want to cut. So I'll just get my wire cutters here. I always like to put some red in them. I just like red for Christmas. Now these little berry clusters, you can just clip off a little piece. poke them in. And I think that that's cute, and that's pretty much done. So the first thing I do after I figure out what pieces I want to use is I put quite a lot of glue on the bottom. Now be careful when you place this in. Oh, that is smoking. Careful when you place it in. You don't want to end up with glue all over your fingers. So stick him in there. And the glue is going to squish through, and that's okay. Try not to touch the glue. Let it puddle and let it cool. It will look much nicer if you don't touch it. It will stay smooth. Okay, so while that one's cooling, I'm going to work on deciding what my second one's going to look like. And I do like this little snowman guy, but there's not a lot of room in there for greenery. So I've got some holly I can do on this one because it doesn't take as much room. I still want some red berries in there. This is a cluster of 3 little clusters, so I'm going to just clip them apart. And I can stick them down on the bottom very easily. And I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to pull those out, and I'm going to put glue on the bottom of this guy. He didn't have an ornament hanger on him. Maybe I already pulled that off. I don't know. So I didn't have to take that off. And in he goes. Squish it through the wire and let it sit and cool. It's not quite set up yet. It's like once you touch it, it turns all white and cloudy. I don't like it to do that. Okay. Now, what are we going to do with Mr. Santa here? I'm a little concerned about gluing him in to something that's metal. I will use hot glue and E6000 both. I want him to be kind of up front, so I'm going to fill in behind him with some greenery. This is plastic greenery. I'm just kind of using it as a filler. It looks good behind him. I've got to put something in front of him, but I think this poinsettia is going to be too big. But I'm liking the idea of the poinsettia, so I need to go see if I can find another one. This is really weird, but I don't have any other red poinsettias. I have lots of white ones, so I wonder what a white one would look like. It doesn't look bad. And then put some red berries in with it, I think would look nice. Some holly behind it maybe. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. What I'm doing is putting a little bit of E6000 in the back, along the back side of the cup. And then I'm going to put in some hot glue over the top of it. Not covering the E6000 completely, just making it so that there's hot glue holding that while the E6000 dries. And then I'm going to put a good amount of E6000 on the bottom of my Santa Claus with the broken legs. But this ornament was just so cute, I didn't want to throw it away. It came in a big grab bag of ornaments that I got at the thrift store. But I just thought the Santa was a really nice Santa, and I didn't want to throw that away. So then I'm going to put a ring of hot glue around my E6000 to hold it in place while the E6000 dries. Okay, now he's round and so is the bottom of the cup, but they're not the same round. So I'm just going to take my glue gun and kind of fill in around him and let it just set like that to dry and to cure. Okay, I don't know if you can see that really well. It's making quite a puddle of glue up front of Santa, and that's okay because everything else is going to get tucked in around him. But I need him to be in there good and solid. And so as that hot glue dries and that E6000 dries, that'll make a nice secure bond. I am going to prop that up just a little so he stays at the right angle. Now, my original snowman, it's just about dry, so I'm going to go ahead and get moving on this. This guy is going to get 2 pieces of greenery on this side and 1 piece on this side, along with some red berries and some white ones tucked in there as well. I'm not going to worry about E6000 on my greenery because he's stuck in really well. And if you can see that, the glue has gone through the wire and puddled up and gotten hard. So he's in there good and secure. So if my greenery attaches to the back side of the snowman, we're doing just fine. So I am going to put hot glue all the way around, just on the end, and quite a lot of it. And if it goes through the back, that's okay. Stick that in down there. If I need to, I can poke it in with my popsicle stick. And then I'm going to do the same thing and put glue all the way around this piece of greenery. Poke that in there. And right now it's all sticking to the snowman. There's not really much, a little bit, but not a lot coming through the screen there. And that's okay. That's kind of what we want. More greenery. Poke that in on this side. Pulling off my glue strings as I see them because you don't want them embedded in there. I think I'm actually going to put the red beads on, or berries, on this side and the white ones on this side because the white ones are fuller. Putting glue all around my berries. And I'm going to tuck them in behind his foot. And then got a weird little piece hanging off of my berry sprig. I'm going to cut that off. Put some glue on here. And poke that in. Okay, all this needs is a red ribbon for a hanger and it is done. These just look so cute hanging in your kitchen at Christmas time. The kitchen is one place we don't necessarily remember or think about decorating, but there's no reason not to. I'm going to put holly on this guy. It's going to get poked behind there. Some color. So I've got these red berries. Give some color and some balance. He needs a hanger and he is done. Okay. Actually, on these, sometimes I don't even put a hanger if they've got a good built-in hanger because an extra ribbon on there just kind of gets in the way. But you could tie a bow right here. Absolutely would work just fine. Let's see. The glue is almost dry. I think it's dry enough to work with. He feels like he's set in there pretty solidly. So I'm happy with that. And we're going to start with a poinsettia. I can glue that down in there. And I'm going to be using quite a bit of glue so that it gets really into those nooks and crannies. And I'm going to let that sit for a second and harden up before I move on. About some little red berries. Let's kind of twist them or bend them so that they are the shape of the cup a little bit. And I'll glue those in coming out. Actually, I wonder what they would look like straight. Let them come out of the cup. I'm just trying to hide that little bit of glue that's still showing. Because nobody wants to buy an ornament that's covered in glue. I know I don't. Ooh, what about this? Here's some little green berries that were on. I do that and this. That I like. That'll do. So I'm going to leave those clustered together just how they were when I decided I liked it. And lift up that poinsettia leaf and tuck that under. And that will hide all of that big puddle of glue that's holding Santa in. Okay? This one will probably get a red ribbon hanger on it. Okay? I just think that's so cute. Okay? This is probably my favorite one to do. And you've all heard of the snowman soup made with the hot chocolate and all the cute little stuff. Okay? Well, I make snowman soup in a ladle with a snowman. Okay? So I'm going to start by cutting off his hanger and picking off any little fuzz he might have on him. If he has a tag, you need to cut that off as well. And I'm going to position him. Always try to see how my ladle is going to hang, and I try to put my snowman toward the back up against the handle because that gives me a little bit more to glue to. Now he's going to need a little spacer booster thing in there, so I'm going to use some of this greenery to do that. I'm going to cut these 3 pieces apart, and they've all got wire inside of them, so it's helpful. So, sorry, Mr. Snowman. I just kind of bend them in just so he's got something to help hold him up there. And greenery always makes a good base, so never be afraid of using up the greenery in that situation. So I'm going to put some E6000 in the bottom of the thing and up the back of the handle because I don't like to use hot glue on metal. It doesn't always stick. And then I'm going to go ahead and arrange these in using hot glue over the top of the E6000. The hot glue will help hold it in place while the E6000 is curing. Okay, E6000 up the back. I'm going to put a big puddle of hot glue on my greenery, a little bit of hot glue up the back, and that's where my snowman is going to get placed. Okay. Let that set and cure for a minute. And this is where I like to use things like this. Okay. You can fill it in a little bit more with some more greenery. I've got this. I'm going to take it apart. Cut off the stem. A little more E6000 in the bottom. Once I get the greenery glued in, then I don't worry about any more E6000 after that. Because I'm just trying to, once the greenery's in, the rest of the stuff will stick to the greenery while the greenery is sticking to the E6000. So it all works out. Greenery coming out both sides. Now I need to see what I want to use to decorate. I kind of like these little white berries. And I also kind of like this cluster of little white berries all great big. Just bringing out a tin to lean this on so I can work with it. I think I will cut off this little piece because it's keeping me from getting it where I want it to go. Okay. And then maybe some little 3 little berries and then some holly. I'm really liking this little holly. I'm thinking that looks really cute. Okay, so I'm going to start by pulling everything back out. And I'm going to get this white berry stuff tucked in where I want it to go. Lots of hot glue so that it sticks to the greenery. That's tucked in there. And then I've got these white berries. Put a little bit of glue on them. Poke them back in here where I had them. Okay. And then I'm just going to pump in some glue right here where I want these red berries to go. And drop in the biggest one and then the other two and let them nest together. And then a little bit of holly behind the berries. I think that looks really cute. I'm also kind of wondering if we need some more red. Maybe right in here. Oh, I like that. So a little glue on the end of the red berry stick. So this is my snowman soup ladle. Okay, here you have my 4 kitchen tool ideas. Here's the small strainer snowman guy. At my craft sale, he will probably sell for $3, maybe $4. The bigger strainer sells for $5. This will probably sell for $6 because it's a little larger. Okay. And the ladles usually sell, depending on how big the ladle is and how much I've put into it, I usually sell them for $7 or $8. And like I say, I sold out of these last year. I had maybe 10 or 15 of them, and I came home with none. So I had to go hunting to find some more pieces so I could make a bunch more of these. There you have my kitchen tool Christmas ornaments for decorating the kitchen. If you like this project, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps my channel out. If you haven't yet subscribed, please click that subscribe bar underneath the screen. And also click the notification bell if you want to be notified each and every time I upload a video. Okay, this has been Crafting at Whimsy Wonderland. You are here for day 21 of my Christmas in July series. I hope to see you tomorrow. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you next time.